Hey guys, welcome to week 8 of the Relationship Challenge. This week we're going to talk about appreciating the differences between the two of you. Appreciating your differences.
We didn't do that very well in the beginning.
We wasted so much time early in our relationship really trying to coerce the other person to be just like us, and it did not work. As hard as I tried, you would not come around, and I know you're still trying to change me to you, so...
Gosh, I remember so many stories, Andy.
I do too.
When we started talking about this, one of them that popped into my mind was one time when we were in San Diego, and we were in like 8 lanes of traffic, maybe 6, I don't know. And you were asking me whether you were supposed to get off at the next exit.
Yeah, which way do we go?
All right, I think iPhones had just come out, and so I was looking at the iPhone, trying to navigate, which is sort of a joke, right, as a navigator. So I'm looking up at the signs, and then I'm looking down at the iPhone, and you're getting more and more intense, like, do I pull over?
Well, we were getting to, I remember it was 3 lanes going this way, 3 lanes going the other way, and I had to make a decision, and I remember just going, which way do I go? And Lisa said, well, I don't know. And I said, just follow the blue dot. Follow the blue dot.
That was not a pretty day. I mean, we really did hurt each other's feelings that day.
We didn't do that one well. We've done better. There's another story that I remember when we were redoing our kitchen, and I had found a gas range at a Scratch and Dent. I love Scratch and Dent. You can get a good deal if you get the right product, and I thought, you've got to snap it up quickly. I had this thing purchased, basically. The guy's bringing it out, but you'd never seen it.
Right.
And you finally saw it, and you said, no, that's not it. And here, we process information differently at different speeds.
Right.
I will arrive at an answer fast. You typically come up with a better answer. It's just a little bit slower than me. It has nothing to do with intellect. Well, so in this instance, you needed to see the range before we got it.
I couldn't picture it in my mind's eye like you could.
That's right. That's right. And part of this, honestly, we've done inventories, personality assessments of us, and we've studied ourselves, but we've studied each other. And, you know, we've encouraged you guys to do this, is study the person you're in the relationship challenge with, because no matter who you are, married, if it's a sibling or a friend, just study, because that's how you understand, first of all, each other, but you understand the differences, but you also can begin to appreciate the differences between the two of you. Because in that moment when we did the range, we left that store, and instead of it turning into a big disagreement, what happened was we realized that we had processed the information differently, and it ended up, we understood each other much better on that one.
Yeah. You know, Paul says in the book of Philippians, in the 1st chapter, he says, I pray that your love may abound more and more, that it would grow more and more, and that you would have knowledge and depth of insight into each other. And this has been one of those ways that we've grown to appreciate the tension between us, like the differences between us, instead of like really being so frustrated by each other. Like, I've learned how to thank God that you are spontaneous and that you are flexible.
Well, and I've begun to appreciate how you plan. It wouldn't be how I would do it, but you plan out. And instead of me thinking, wow, you're rigid, now I can appreciate the fact that you bring some order a lot to my spontaneity and my fun.
Right, but we had to really take the time to start studying each other before we knew, okay, when God said in Genesis, in the 1st chapter, when he said, let us make man in our likeness, in our image, it started to help us see that you reflect something of God, and I need to appreciate that. I need to thank God for that.
Yep. I tell you what, if we were going to give these guys a couple of tips, here's what we would say. And I want to hear from you too. But I would say, 1, take a personality assessment if you haven't. You know, it's kind of weird. I don't like being boxed up, but there's so many online. There's so many easy to do. Do that. Start beginning to study your differences.
Yeah.
The other thing that I would tell you guys to do is write a list of the other person's differences. We're so attracted to other people who are like us. My buddies, some of my closest buddies are pilots because they fly. They do things that I like to do. In this instance, I'm asking you not to write down a list of things that you like, that you're alike with this other person, but write down a list of things how you're different. And then bring that list before God and thank God for those differences and learn to begin to appreciate those differences, just like Paul wrote. You know, depth of insight and knowledge so that your love can abound more and more in this relationship. And that's really what I would have. So thank you guys for joining us again here, week 8. We'll see you next week on the Relationship Challenge. Your script, your weekly script is on the screen.